I've been having some amazing conversations this week, and there have been a couple of things coming up repeatedly. And so I wanted to jump on here and talk about them because I think they're going to really help you if you are in this situation. If you are feeling like you're posting on social media, or you're doing loads of social media stuff, or you're working really hard, but you're just not getting anyone to sign up for your program, you're getting no clients coming in. It's really difficult, isn't it? Because there's so many areas that you need to nurture. And by the way, I have until 11. So I'm going to try and cover this really quickly for you, which is probably good because I'll reduce the waffling. There are 3 areas that you need to have covered, 3 bases that you need to have covered, right? And a lot of the time when I see people struggling, they've got a couple of things, like big things that are missing, that just aren't there. And so it's really difficult because there are so many areas and it's so overwhelming. You know, there's Facebook, there's Instagram, there's TikTok, there's YouTube, there's having your own blog, there's having a podcast, there's writing books, there's Facebook groups, there's lives, there's posts, there's reels, there's stories. There's just so many freaking areas that need nurturing. That's before we even looked at email broadcasting, challenge launches, promotions, having a community, going live. And it can be incredibly overwhelming to know what you focus on. Like, what's the thing that you need? Do you do more of this or more of that? Do you focus here or do you focus there? So the 3 bases that you need to cover in order to market online well is you've got to, number 1, be really loud. You've got to, number 2, have a pipeline, and you've got to, number 3, have promotions. And if you're missing one of those 3 areas, the whole thing falls down. You've got to have all 3 covered. Now, what do I mean by getting loud? Getting loud is the posts you're putting out on social media, the events that you're running, the webinars that you're doing, the videos that you're creating. It's that constant showing up in the online space, not only just online, but if you've got an email list and it's sending emails, it's getting yourself out there in a big way. It's that podcast, it's that YouTube channel, it's those Facebook lives, it's all that stuff. Now, that in itself can be really overwhelming, but it's often the only thing people do. They do the getting loud bit, and maybe they'll do a bit of the getting loud bit and not go as wildly loud as we do in Rebellious, fine. But they go a little bit loud, and then there isn't anything happening. It's like I'm posting all the time, but there's no clients coming in. And that's because you might be missing the pipeline and the promotions. Or maybe you've got the getting loud and the promotions, but there's no pipeline. Or maybe you've got the getting loud and the pipeline, but there's no promotions, right? So you have to have all 3 of them. They work in tandem with each other. So the getting loud, the purpose of that is to get people into your pipeline. And what do I mean by pipeline? Well, you map out a journey that you take people on, from discovering you right up to becoming your client, and actually even beyond, because we want to build a business with retention in mind. So even thinking about what happens after someone's become a client, right? What happens after they graduate? But, you know, we'll park that. That's a down the road optimization thing that we can talk about. But in terms of pipeline, I'm talking about having a lead magnet, having live events, having something that people are signing up for to step into your world, and then designing a journey that they go on to build a relationship with you. That's really key. A lot of the people that said, oh, you know, I hate marketing, or I want to avoid marketing, it's come down to the fact that marketing's a bit icky, right? But when we reframe marketing as connecting with people and building a relationship with people, and we see it for what it is, you realize that actually it's not that bad after all. It's just the fact that you've got to design this way in which people can get to know you so that you can get them ready, or to the point where, or you can be the person when at the point where they're ready to solve their problem, you're the person they think of because they know you, they like you, they trust you. And that doesn't happen with just posting on social media. Social media is just the start. You've got to be on social media and bring people into your pipeline so that when they are ready to solve that problem, you're the person that they think of because you're the person that they've built a relationship with. Now, it takes 7 to 12 touch points pre-COVID and up to 30 touch points post-COVID until someone is ready to buy from you. I mean, that's a lot of touch points. And what do I mean by touch points? It's seeing your content, reading your emails, having a sales call, coming to one of your events. You know, these are all touch points. And if we want to make that even simpler, a touch point is where someone sees a product. So, you know, you might go onto the Nike website and see a pair of trainers that you like and then decide not to buy them. But now you've got retargeting ads following you around the internet. And every time you see those trainers whilst you're on this website and that website, as those retargeting ads are following you around, those are touch points. And eventually you might go, right, I'm going to buy these bloody trainers because I want them. I really want them. I've seen them loads of times now. Every time I see them, I want them even more. And that's kind of how it works. But in the service-based industry, how this works is that you create touch points by creating a space for people to see your content, for people to read your emails, for people to digest what it is that you're, delivering. Okay. Now, so we want to be getting loud. This is the content that you're putting on social media, but then we want the pipeline. And the pipeline is getting people to sign up to your email list because you've either got a really interesting lead magnet that someone wants, or you're running a live event that people want to attend. Live events are the best, by the way. I recommend it. And I know they're scary to run, but when I say live event, I'm talking about a Zoom call that you promote as like a webinar or a training session or a show or whatever, because you build a relationship with people on those really fast because they get to get a sense of what you're about, right? But then they're on your email list. And then the next thing is having promotions, right? So, you're leading people through that pipeline, and then you've got a promotion that will then either draw them in if they want to take you up on that or not. But either way, there is a promotion, and that is also really important. So what I see a lot of people doing is they'll post on social media, and maybe they'll have a newsletter, and they might have a website as well. And they might go on their website, it says, sign up for my newsletter. Or they'll post on social media and it'll be like, book a call with me if you want to talk about this more, or DM me if I can help you with this. And the problem with that is that it's not a pipeline enough. There isn't a journey that you're taking people on. It's just sort of like putting things on a bulletin board, and it will convert a little bit, maybe 0.05%, maybe. But that means you're going to have to put so much work in to get a result from it, because you're going to have to build a big audience in order for that percentage to even mean anything in terms of people buying from you. So the really key thing is you want to go, right, going to get really loud about what I'm doing on social media. But then you've got to think about, what is the next step? What is the pipeline? What journey are you taking people on? What can they sign up for? And what can you give them repeatedly to support them until the point where they're ready to hear a promotion? And one of the biggest ways that, a simple way for us to think about this is a challenge launch, right? We've all seen them. We know how they work. Someone's getting really loud on social media to say that there's a challenge launch coming. You sign up for this challenge launch, and then every day you're attending a training, or you're watching a replay of a training, and you're even getting involved and engaging because you're doing the homework that they're giving you. And then at the end of it, there's a promotion. And that's kind of how it works. That's one snippet of how the whole thing works. So how can you get loud in a way that's easier? Because look, here's the thing, just posting quotes and nice little tidbits on social media is not enough. You've got to really show up as an expert, like I'm doing right now, right? I'm showing up as an expert. And although the word expert's a little bit contrived in the sense that, that I'm a work in progress, there's always more to learn, and I'm fully aware of that. And the same for you too. But when you show up online in this way, it creates those touch points, and it builds that relationship, and it demonstrates that you are an expert in what you do. So the easiest way for you to do that is to go and find a load of questions that people are asking about your niche, about your industry, right? Go and ask ChatGPT, what questions do people have about nutrition, about being a parent, whatever your niche is. Go get loads of questions, or ask people. Or, go into Facebook groups and see what questions people are asking, or go on to Quora and see what questions people are asking. Gather a load of questions and just go live to answer a question. And that in itself is going to be providing really valuable content, because, if you're answering a question like, how do I rate, if you're a nutritionist, right? What can I eat that's going to improve my immune system because I keep getting ulcers and I'm, run down? And that's a great topic for a live that you can do. So the easiest thing to do, go get a load of questions that you can answer because you know your topic, right? If you're a life coach, if you're a confidence coach, if you're a nutritionist, go look at what people are asking in those areas and just go live to answer those questions. And if you do that consistently, that in itself is going to be a really awesome thing. that's going to demonstrate your expertise. Way much more than just putting posts out about stuff. Like, you're actually live answering these questions. And the second thing is, okay, so what's this journey that I want to take people on? I could give them a PDF as a lead magnet. Great. But then what's step 2 after that? Step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6. And, honestly, hand on heart can tell you the best journey to take a potential client on is to bring them into a community and get them involved with your business. So here's how ours works, right? We have step 1. You either sign up for the Rebellious Business Show or you sign up for the Rebellious Business Network. 2 live events that we run that are really value packed, but also allow our prospects to build a really good relationship with us and feel like they're a part of what we're doing and get involved with Rebellious. Step 2 is come and join the tribe, come and get involved in that, right? But meanwhile, we've got emails going out to help people to engage in the tribe. And we've got emails going out about how to get results from networking events, or how to access replays from the show and things that we feel are valuable. And then, of course, we have promotions where we talk about what it is we do, and we have special offers, etc. And I'm telling you, like, I haven't had to do a challenge launch in months. They're a lot of work because there's just so much to do, and it's a very short kind of burst thing. They are very, very tiring. But I haven't had to do one in a while, because the reason being is that we've just got this 3-pronged thing. It's like getting really loud. We do that really well. We've got 2 live events. We've got loads of content. And by the way, I never share my personal life, and I'm not on stories all the time. I'm not, I don't feel like I'm living on social media all the time, because a lot of the stuff we do is repurposed, right? But that's by the by. Loads of content, and then we've got this pipeline that really nurtures people, really takes people on a journey. And then our promotions are really effective because we really understand our audience. And those are the 3 areas, the 3 bases that you need to cover if you really want to master marketing, if you really want to make marketing work for you so that you're getting consistent clients. Those are the 3 bases you need to break things down into. Just break it all down into those 3 categories. What am I doing to get loud? What pipeline have I created? Have a look at that pipeline. Always be optimizing it. Always be improving it. Always be thinking, how can this get better? Where are the loose links? How can I tighten this up? Where have we got lemmings happening? And then your promotions. And if you do the first 2 really well, the promotions will work. If you have one of those bases not covered, I promise you the whole thing will just crumble, and you will really feel like you are squeezing blood out of stones, pulling teeth, dragging horses to water, and all those sayings, right? So that is my little tidbit for this morning. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you agree with that? Do you disagree with that? Has that been helpful? Drop it in the comments. Let me know. If it has, please share this, because someone else might need to hear this today. And also, if you're like, that's great, Cordelia, but how do I get loud? And how on earth do I build a pipeline? And you're talking about challenge launches and live events. I have no idea how to even get started with those. And I get what you're saying, but it's still quite overwhelming. Then it sounds like you need to be a part of the Rebellious Entrepreneur Academy, where for just £99 a month, you can get access to our entire training portal that shows you how to go from getting loud to having a built pipeline and doing really awesome promotions, quick win promotions, and also bigger ones like challenge launches. It's all inside the Rebellious Entrepreneur Academy. Plus, there's loads of support in there as well. So you can 100% go check that out if you want to. I'll drop the link in the comments, but it is an entire ecosystem and helps you put all that together. But if nothing else, just make sure you get those 3 bases covered, because without them, the whole thing crumbles.